Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Drazu here, coming with another L54 commentary, this time against JBop24, or otherwise known as just J. Now, this guy for a while has been a one-player Battledomer, but has just very recently, like in the past month or so, crossed over to two-player through L54. And we're in the Cosmic Dome here because I fucking paid for it. I need to get my money's worth out of premium, so we're at the Cosmic Dome, deal with it. And I've always been using Shade at the first turn in recent matches with the Grimoire Fade and the Ray Scroll, but I didn't want to be too predictable, so I keep the Grimoire Fade there to cover the dark, but I also throw in the Makeshift Shift Hammer, because as we know, Shade cannot cover dark and physical, so those are the two things I cover with my weapons. And as you can see, that came in handy big time, because dual Ray Scrolls were the things that were used in the opening move. So turns out my Shade didn't really do anything for me that first turn. I would have been better off using Halitosis in, but I mean, it's always good to have that insurance there. So, and that's why I really like that that combo, because even if it's not dark and physical, Shade can save you. But if there is heavy dark and physical, your weapon's got your back. So yeah, and then this next turn I finally go to Halitosis, and yeah, and I would go for this combo right here, Makeshift Shift Hammer, and I want to keep the hammer there because the physical defense, I can tell already with the Ray Scrolls being around, will be very, very valuable. I need to keep some physical defense up at all times. And I get the Earth defense just because Earth is common, and it ends up I needed that Earth defense because, as you can see, Dusty Magic Broom is used. But here's the thing, I want to comment about this combo made by Jay real quick, because he's kind of new and he wants constructive criticism. And this is a perfect chance to do so because this is not a cohesive combo at all, because Dusty Magic Broom covers 5 light, Deadly Pujo covers 3 light and 3 earth. That's 8 defensive icons being attributed to light, and I don't even have static cling. I mean, there are some cases where you see heavy light. It's not just static cling, the fringe icons of static cling. Sometimes people go heavy and light, but generally I wouldn't make a combo, you know, when you don't know what a person's set consists of that has that much defense of one icon type. So that's something to keep take note of. So I go back to the offensive combo here because I want to be kind of more aggressive in my approach here. And as you can see, the dark defense comes in handy just a little bit for the Twisted Dark Dagger, but for the most part, nothing's really done because that physical defense of the Scimitar causes Jay to actually win that turn. So, but I mean, the important thing though is that I have shown the fact that I have dark and physical, heavy, dark and physical, and I'm not afraid to use it. But in terms of the HP right now, as you can see, it's like 16 to 11, and that's when I want to go physical because, that's when I want to go all out offensive because that's when I know someone's going to heal and use only one weapon. So at 16 HP, being hit with one weapon and ability, I'm safe, right? Well, it turns out he didn't heal that turn. He went kind of medium, like defensive. Yeah, he went more defensive again. But yeah, I didn't really get it done there. So that was a pre-heal draw, and that pisses me off. And I was going to the board to say, okay, we gotta do another fight, and I run into this shit by Greg. Like I said, I was saying, oh yeah, my L54 pet is Ferocity, and he posts this story. You can read it right now if you want. I'm not gonna read it out loud. It's just stupid. About Ferocity being like some character in like a chick flick. And yeah, so I scroll down. I say, okay, we cannot end in a draw like that. Challenge Ferocity again, and I also call Greg out on that utter bullshit. That is not who Ferocity is. You cannot say that about Ferocity, okay? Got it? Alright, so we're going into another fight here, because obviously with such a short fight, we have to go in again and determine a winner. I mean, that's what this is all about. You have to determine a winner. So I accept this challenge by Jay, and we go this time to the Pango Palladium, some freebie dome, which is, I assume, is for proletariats who don't have premium. Anyways, there's something I have to explain right here because this is actually a really stupid moment. I go for all out offensive on the first turn here with Shade to be different from the first match, but as you can see, when it updates, it doesn't actually show what was made. Like, it's showing different weapons that Jay's using than what was actually used, and that means I'm basically having the Foresight glitch. Those are the weapons, Golden Compass and the Broom, are going to be used next round, and I accidentally saw it because my friend messaged me when I was making that first move and told me that there are spots open in my organic chemistry lab because I need to get into this organic chemistry course at my university, but they've been closed. My friend told me spots were open and I went to go check, I opened another tab and went to go check real quick, and because I thought I could register then, but I guess I have to wait until September 1st. But either way, you know, when that happened, I go back to the fight, and the foresight glitch, the fucking foresight glitch happened. So basically, I apologize for that in the text box, and then I basically try to make a move that minimizes that effect. I try to cancel it out as much as I can. So I'm going up against a Golden Compass and a Dusty Magic Broom. So obviously I'm going to match the Dusty Magic Brooms together because it's kind of, you know, I'm trying to make it even so we both have DMB, might as well both use DMB. And then the second weapon I go with Grimoire Fade because it won't, none of the dark defense will do anything, and it'll cancel out some of the deficit by blocking a little bit of the Golden Compass somehow. Oh yeah, the DMB would block some of the Golden Compass. So Grimoire Fade, it has to lose a little bit. And as you can see, I lose that turn decidedly. It seems like I shot myself in the foot there. Like I was really hard on myself for seeing that glitch, huh? But as you can see in the actual damage box, it was 14 to 13. So it was actually very, very even. I basically gave myself a 1 HP penalty for seeing the move because the main deficit in that turn actually came from Meditate. So that deficit that I had in that turn was supposed to be there. So that was good. Now I noticed that when race scrolls weren't being used, it has been more of a defensive fight. So I wanted to use this defensive combo I like to use so much now. And as you can see, it does me so much. It does so much for me this turn because it does the maximum amount of damage it could do, 10, because of the fact that none of it was blocked. Earth and air went completely unchecked on that turn, and as you see, just look at that defensive coverage on my side. Oh my god. That's just what I live for. That's so great when you actually get that. And so now I'm expecting maybe some race rolls will start coming out again now that I use the defensive combo. So I keep that makeshift shift hammer up there. Actually, no, I don't. Fuck. I forget. I actually realize I haven't been covering static cling lately, so I go to the DMB, but it turns out I should have done the other move because a Wraith Scroll and Deadly Pugio, which also carries physical offense, was used that turn. So I lose that turn. Oh, but here's the thing. I used DMB because I expected the Static Cling ability to be used, but it turns out he used Positive Thinking, which this is another piece of constructive criticism. Don't use Positive Thinking when you're that low on HP, because as you can see, it only healed him 1 HP, when it could have healed you 3 HP if you were to use it when you're, you know, actually healed up, when you're around 50 HP. So that's something to take note of, definitely. But it actually kind of helped him there that he didn't use Static Cling, because I built my combo based on the fact that I was expecting Static Cling, and it didn't happen. So anyways, now it definitely was a heal turn, and I know for a fact now that Static Cling is going to be used. So I use the Dusty Magic Broom, and I come out ahead of that turn. I think the weapons match actually didn't go so well, but I still come out of a healing turn up ahead, I think. Yes, because actually no, I did win that turn because of Positive Thinking. So yeah, it's 53 to I think 50. I'm up by 3 right now. Yeah. So and oh yeah, so I go back to this combo because now I noticed in the past couple turns, Ray Scrolls have been, you know, kind of building up their usage rate. So I expect Ray Scrolls to be used again next round. So, and I have Shade there just in case. And as you can see, the exact thing happens. The exact thing that happened the first fight, the first turn, happens again. I use the Shade combo with the hammer and the Grimoire, and it works out super well. Again, I didn't have to use Shade that turn, but it's just insurance. So now I go back to this combo because I know that. Okay, so at this point, it's clear to me that Makeshift Ship's Hammer is going to be the MVP of this match because physical is being used everywhere in Jay's set. It's not just the Ray Scrolls, it's also the Frozen Wave Scimitar, it's also the Deadly Pugio. So at this point, I kind of recognize that I need some physical defense there at all times. And then I keep the DMB up there in case, you know, Static Cling is around again, which it is around again. And I win that turn only by 1. So, I mean, it was kind of a evenish turn because, again, Dusty Magic Broom is a bit overkill on the amount of defense it has. And same thing with the physical defense. There were only 2 physical icons I had to worry about that match, or that turn, actually. But, yeah, so that, I mean, that was okay turn. I won by 1. And that turn also, I should say, that Jay used is also not that cohesive because you have 7 icons of light defense being used there. So anyways, I go back to the combo I should have used probably, which is the Earth defense, because Earth was used in that last turn more heavily than physical, or than light. So I go with the Gladius and the Hammer, and as you see, that was a good move on my part. I covered the physical really well, but I probably should have used the DMB instead of the Gladius, because there are only 2 Earth icons. But anyways, at this point, it's looking like it's over, because as you can see, it's 14-5. And I know that Jay's only option here is to try and force a draw with dual Rage Scrolls. So what do? I counter that combo. I know the Rage Scrolls are going to come, and I'm able to survive with 3 HP. And I close it out. I close it out just like that, and I get the win. So yeah, those were really, really good fights. And all in all, I'm becoming really, really more comfortable with the set that I have. I might throw in some of the old stuff too, mix it in, and see what other combos I can make. Because, I mean, the cool thing about L54 is that there are a bunch of different combos, permutations of combos that you can use, that have been used, but there are a lot that have yet to be discovered. So that's kind of the main message I want to bring out to people, is like, you gotta be creative, because there are many more good combos out there that have yet to be used. So throw some things together and see what you can come up with. So yeah, that's basically the video. That was a great fight, Jay, and like this video if you liked it, and I'll catch you guys later.